Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl, rolling solo up here at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They're the best in the business, folks. Believe that. JB Smoove is here in the house. Big Mike Gentry back from the dead. I don't think he has the Undertaker sound theme, but he has gotten out of the coffin, everybody. So we had written him off. We thought it was over. We had sketchy contact, but he is here. Trust me, guys. He is here. So BMG is back. All of you are back in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread as well. Jump in there. I'll do the show with you guys today, like we do every single day. What I like to think is the best interactive show here at Woodward Sports. But as we said, we're live here from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. They're doing it right now. If you're active UAW, for GM, $1,500 off your car. Boom, right off the rip, just like that. So come on down here to Feldman Chevrolet. They're doing it better than anybody. Huge, huge Monday to get to. The Lions, they win over the Vikings. Sam Laporta gets hurt. I didn't want to do this already. And guys, I caught myself already. I started getting the texts about number 9 from friends. From people I fraternize with, that I drink bourbon with. Well, I drink bourbon. They usually drink beer or whatever. We're going to get into that as the week rolls on. We'll get into that later on as well. Michigan, Washington tonight, a national championship over the weekend. A lot of power brokers in the football media game had a lot to say about Harbaugh and his next step. And then kind of as you work backwards with all that, Bryce Underwood, who was a favorite to go to Michigan, pops up and commits to LSU. Then you have Adam Schefter and Don Cleveland's and all these guys that are talking about Harbaugh leaving to go to the Chargers. So we got tons of stuff to get into. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, Detroit Dabber 313 with the big what up, though. What up? John Hughes with the what up, boys. But, yeah, we're doing it. Adiz 411. You were wrong for once, Neal. Lions playing Sunday Night Football versus Rams, not Peacock. Well, it'll still be on Peacock if you get technical. But was right about Heisman and FSU. And Adiz 411, before we get into that, let me apologize to the people because you are correct. I was wrong, and I'm an idiot. I feel bad. I failed the people because I didn't take this into consideration. When we reconstruct that, if you're Peacock, what's the one game you do want? That's the Peacock exclusive. The Swifties, man. Travis Kelce and the Swift. There will be a record number of Swifties subscribing to Peacock for Travis Kelce's game. You know there will be, and that's on me. I led you guys astray on that one. I let the locality and the team that I root for, I let all that supersede my common sense there. So that's on me. I apologize, Adiz 411. FJ 1967. Good morning, Neal. Let's go. 8.5 hours. Go blue, go blue, go blue, etc. Yes, we'll be getting into that as the show goes on. The Ski Mask Boys, sweep of the West Coast. Some big wins for the Red Wings there, BMG. I was shoveling dirt. I was shoveling dirt on them there, and they won 3 in a row. I was, man. So I got to give it up. You win 3 straight on the West Coast. Those are good wins. I don't care what anybody says. And they're up against it in the stretch of the season. I wish we could do a segment on it, but we can't. We can't today. We probably can't tomorrow. Maybe on Wednesday. I'll tap you, BMG. I know you're still recovering from coming back from the dead. So glad to see you're still with us, though, BMG. Glad to see that you're still here. But yeah, jump into that WoodwardSports.com chat thread and get it in there. Coaches getting fired in the NFL. You know how that stuff works. And we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Dos Burrito, we talking playoffs? Yes, we're going to talk. We're going to talk about it all. We are today. So I'm here to chop it up with you guys. Just running solo here at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. I want to touch this because Pete Smith is my guy. And Pete Smith, number one, says, Neal can do this show with BMG's sneeze. I mean, theoretically, we could. Answer 14. Here goes Neal. Don't go there, man. Stafford is the enemy now. That's it. If we let any sentimentality into this, it's all going to get weird. Oh, I know. And I'm the right guy to talk about this whole Stafford angle, but we're gonna get to that point as well. But Pete Smith says, Neal, if the Lions lose, what has changed? And this is an audible. And Pete brought it up now, so I'll get into it now. And Pete, I don't know what the tenor or what the base of the comment is. And this was something that I thought that we could get to later on in the week, and maybe we can revisit it then. But if they lose, what changed? The foundation changed. And before BMG comes over the table and says, Neal, well, you said it's championship or bust for Michigan. They're at different stops of the highway. I think this season for the Lions kind of came together. I guess we can talk about this because the season's over. They won 12 games, tied for the best record in the NFC. Everybody's favorite referee. Did he cost the Lions a number one seed? We'll never know. Well, the Niners would have had something to play for. Yeah, well, we'll never know, right? We'll never know. But, Pete, the foundation changed. What this team is built on changed. The talent level. Here's the overwhelming one. The talent level on this team changed. The core of it changed. They keep adding talent. That changed. Guess what? They got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds again in the next draft. And I think, look, we saw Justin Jefferson, and I think our judgment got clouded a little bit because I locked into football yesterday. I was surprised. It was red zone heavy for the 4 o'clock shift. My wife was home and watching it, and she's like, is this how you guys watch football? I said, yes, it's amazing. She said that. She's like, I can't keep up with this. I said, you got to be trained. You got to be trained in it. But no, as far as it goes, like I know we saw Justin Jefferson, and we say, hey, he shook loose twice. I was watching the Bills and the Dolphins last night, and the Dolphins a couple of times had a 3rd and 16. Tyreek Hill open, first down, Dolphins. And I could hear Dolphins fans, or I could hear Bills fans saying what we all say all the time. When you see what happened with Justin Jefferson and against the Lions yesterday on those 3rd and 20s, 3rd and 30s sometimes, they're good players. They make good plays. Give Brad Holmes another run here to fix that, to fix where that talent deficiency is. And again, I'm only talking about it right now because Pete Smith asked the question to open the show. So it was something I wanted to get to. I didn't want it to get lost in the sauce. And I wanted to address it. Pete, that's what's different, and that's why it is different for the Lions. But they're better than the Rams are. We've got a season's worth of data on it. They're a favorite in the game. This is where the narratives get written. This is where the legacies get written. Everything changes now. Literally everything changes. Like the Rams. I keep hearing this narrative. Oh, I didn't want to play the Rams. The Rams are the hottest team in the league coming in. That goes out the window now, guys. All of that goes out the window. Nothing else, to quote Metallica, nothing else matters right now than what happens in the playoffs. That's why the NFL playoffs are great, because they define your legacy. They define what you are. This is why I love the NFL playoffs. Look, we talk about Game 7s in the Stanley Cup. We talk about the 1-1 pitch in the baseball playoffs. The NFL playoffs are great because this is what defines your legacy. And oh, by the way, speaking of legacies and defining your legacies, rest in peace Tuesday tomorrow, Big Mike Gentry, Florida edition. I'm going first tomorrow. I'm going first. No, I'm going first tomorrow. I am. Because it played out the way I suspected it might. And oh, by the way, Spencer Raster's not here today. Who won that division? Houston Texans did, huh? A little worse to first. Let me see. Who was that? Oh, Cat Spot. Remember those discussions, Cats? Remember those discussions? I do. So just remember that, guys. Just remember that. So, Steve Brown, love the sweatshirt. Neal, it's time, guys. I am all in. I am shot out of a cannon about this playoff game this weekend. But we are going to get into the Michigan thing as well, coming up towards the second hour of the show. Chuck Brewer, you're dumping your Miami into a team? No, I'm not dumping them. I think that we can admit when Bradley Chubb went down, things changed a little bit. Is that fair to say, BMG? And then on the other end, because I know pressures are a big topic of debate in this town, but see, you notice how the Lions are better with sacks than they are with pressures? Because I got a couple messages again from people on this. Oh, did you see Aiden Hutchinson, Neal? Your guy. I thought you said he was a bust. No, I'm right. Again, sacks change games. Pressures do not. But since everyone loves pressures, the two defensive ends with the most pressures in football both gone for the Dolphins, and it hurts them. You can tell. I didn't expect the Dolphins to stop the Bills at any time. The only time they got stops was when Josh threw it to the other team. So, that's I wouldn't say I'm dumping them. I am saying I think we can all agree that when you lose the guys with the two most pressures in their positions at the game, it affects your team. And I think that's kind of what happened to the Miami Dolphins there. But, yeah, at least they're there, unlike the other mercurial quarterback that I always hear about every year, but I never see. But make sure you tune in to Rest in Peace Tuesdays. So, yeah, we're going to get into it now. I do want to talk about the Laporta thing. I do want to talk about the game yesterday. But first, JB Smoove, tell them about Dispo.
Oh, I got you. Start the year lifted. Visit Dispo Dispensaries today for exclusive new deals. Experience Dispo Dispensary, a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere, mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Come through their stores or order online at Dispo-Today. New year, new deals, the same plug. Dispo Dispensaries, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports and a long drink this Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate. It's at Eastern Market in Shed 5, and it's the first playoff game, so it's going to be crazy. Starby starting at around 5:30, but times could change. But it's the official Lions tailgate, and it's back and better than ever. But how would you like to pregame it with Woodward Sports and be treated like a true VIP? We're talking food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some from us here at Woodward Sports. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on IG, and direct message Lions VIP. Now, back to Neal Ruhl.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy. We are off and running. Neal Ruhl here running solo. We got JB Smoove. Big Mike Gentry is back from the dead, like literally, figuratively. He was given, 24 hours to live at one point, I was told. But he is back here and in effect. But we're talking Detroit Lions yesterday, the 30-20 win over the Vikings. And certainly it came at a cost. The Sam Laporta thing. And guys, look, I know that there are a lot of armchair quarterbacks that are out there right now, but you have to look at it in the context of the Detroit Lions were playing for something yesterday. They absolutely were. They were playing for the seeding. The Eagles are just circling the drain right now. They got cooked by the Giants. And remember this, everybody, for the why didn't you bench everybody crowd? Remember this. In the second quarter yesterday, the Commanders had the lead over the Cowboys. They had the lead over the Cowboys. So, was it a 19-1 pregame money line parlay? Yes, it was. But in the second quarter, they had the lead. You can't operate like that, guys. There's still something on the line. You had to go win the football game. Somebody had to play. So does it suck? Yeah, it sucks. But I'm not going to cook Lions management. I'm not going to cook Dan Campbell and say, what are you doing, putting Sam Laporte out there and putting him in harm's way, man. These things are going to happen. Here's the deal. You guys remember, and I'm going to compare this a lot this week, so get comfortable with it. Remember in 2014 when they lost that playoff game and everybody knew the music was over and everyone knew that Sue was leaving and everybody knew that the party had ended? Now, with what this team has done, now with what Brad Holmes has done to this team, and I see the talk, and will the Lions sign Zach Ertz? Remember, he got cut by the Cardinals like 2 months ago. Like people act like Zach Ertz is the Pro Bowl Zach Ertz that had 1,000 yards for the Eagles like a half a decade ago. He's not that anymore, guys. He's unemployed and been unemployed. He's been almost gone as long as Big Mike Gentry was from the show. Not quite, but, it was close to that. So, again, I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. Jared Goff, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let me see here. I did want to bring this up, too. I'm looking forward to 2 years from now, after the Lions let Jared Goff leave in free agency and Hendon Hooker gets to start, because then he'll be the NFL leader in passing yards, because he'll be better, right? And Goff was second in the league in passing yards this year, 4th in touchdowns. So I look forward to 2 years from now when we have the number 1 ranked quarterback in the National Football League, Hendon Hooker. What are you guys laughing about? I look forward to that day. That's what I'm told, right? That's what I'm told. Jared Goff had a hell of a season, everybody. And I know that doesn't fit some of your guys' narratives, but he had a hell of a season. Second in the league in passing yards, 4th in passing touchdowns. What do you want from the guy? So yeah, I'm gonna sit here and talk about that. We're gonna do that. I'm charged up today. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in there. Dos Burrito. Thank God Martin Luther King Day gives us a recovery day. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I saw Sunday Night Football, I was like, oh no. But I forgot holiday. I forgot there's a holiday the next day. Let's go, everybody. Let's get it out there. Broder, can't wait for Neal to go off. Seriously, what more do you want from the guy? I don't know. I look forward to 2 years from now when Hendon Hooker leads the NFL in passing yards and touchdowns, because he's better. And that's the only way you can get better, right? Why do you guys look uncomfortable right now? JB Smoove, what's the problem, man? What's the problem?
I don't know what's going on. we're just.
Isn't that going to be a great day?
I mean, it will be.
You'll have the NFL leader in passing yards and touchdowns, because he's better.
I don't know about that.
No, you will. That's what I was told. I can't wait.
Crowd, and I wasn't on towards rushing him in, but I think Hendon Hooker's still going to be a good quarterback. I don't think he'll be up to this extent.
I know he's going to be better. He's going to be the NFL leader in passing touchdowns and yardage. But he's better. I keep hearing he's better. The only way you can be better is to be first.
If you're not first, you're last.
Okay. So there's that. Yeah. But hey, I can't wait for it. Oh, by the way, too, JB Smoove earlier said that we had some breaking news. The Washington Commanders, JB Smoove, right, have asked permission to interview Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, Ron Rivera's seat hasn't even been cold half a day, and they have already requested Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn to be interviewed for the Commanders' head coaching job.
All right, can't wait for it, man. Can't wait for it. No, but yeah, so People pleaser. Stats lack context, Neal. No, they don't. It's a whole season of stats. It's a whole season. That's the context. You know the entire NFL season. You know every quarterback that played this year. There's your context. I'm not dealing with that, dude, especially some of the texts I got from people about Matt Stafford today. So people pleaser, get your Detroit Rams shirt on and go out to the game then. Do that. Detroit Rams in the house. Speaking of the team that lost to the Detroit Rams yesterday, kind enough to join us here, Lindsey Hunter in the house. Lindsey, what's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up, man?
How you living? But you're living good? All right.
I'm living good. What are you talking about, a team that lost to the Rams?
You lost to the Rams.
Well, I mean, we technically lost to the Rams. Technically lost to the Rams.
It's in the loss column, though. Like,
Yep, just like you guys have never been to a Super Bowl. It's in that column, isn't it?
oh.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go – hey, I don't go high when people go low. I go lower.
No, but welcome in, Lindsey. It's good to have you, man.
Yeah, I'm glad
it's good to have you.
Man, it was 696 is – the hell is going on over there?
I understand they had a truck fire that shut the whole freeway down.
Why am I just hearing about this?
That's what I understood, though.
Jeez.
But yeah,
like Shaq said one time, he was late for practice, and Phil said, "What happened, Shaq?" He said, "Man, you wouldn't believe it. I was on the highway coming here, and a chicken truck turned over. It was chickens everywhere."
Yeah, that is good.
He was lying though.
Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jonesy, want to sit at the 50-yard line, row one for the Lions playoff game Sunday night? $14,500. Those are Laker playoff ticket prices.
Oh, it's going to be on. Hey, man. Couldn't have asked for a better setup. Matthew Stafford coming back.
We're going to get into it, dude. We are. I was trying to get into the game yesterday about the Laporta thing because I did see some pushback from people about Dan Campbell for playing Laporta, and he had to play. There was something to play for.
Yeah, you guys had something to play for, actually. Other teams didn't have anything to play for. They could just sit out and not do anything and already have their situation locked up. Other teams had to play for something, and that just puts people at risk. That's the nature of the business. Unfortunately, I hated to see Laporta get hurt. When I saw it, I was like, no. I hope it's not serious. I hope it's not something that will hold him out, and I don't think it will. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things, though. They're talking like bone bruise and all that stuff. I'm not hopeful about it. I'm not. But at the same time, nothing changes. Like, are you going to miss a guy that set the tight end rookie receiving touchdown? 100% you are. But you know what, though? And you know what, Lindsey? I'm glad you brought that up because in the next segment, that's what I'm going to talk about. Because it's time to tighten up the britches a little bit here and say it with your chest around here. Because this is the NFL playoffs.
Yes, sir.
You play good teams when you get to the NFL playoffs.
Hey,
you know how I know? They're in the playoffs too.
Well, there are a couple of teams that slipped in through the back door that don't belong, but they got there.
They got there.
Like the Steelers slipped in, The
Buccaneers.
Yeah, it seems like Buccaneers are a scary team, though. The Buccaneers are scary than like the Saints or the Steelers. Think about it. The Buccaneers are a scary team because they are the type of team that can.
They are not.
Okay,
Lindsey, they
mark
are not.
my word.
Hey, JB Smoove, can we chat poll one here in honor of Lindsey? Who would you rather play? Would you rather play at Tampa or host the Rams? I want Lions fans to be honest right now. That just kind of popped in my head.
No, you want to be at home. Remember,
I'm curious what people are going to say.
Road games are different. What is Rad talking about? Turn Lindsey's mic down. Rad, shut up. You weren't even talking about the Lions at the beginning of the season. So you are a bandwagon. I was leading the charge.
You were. I never forget. He did stand on business. Everybody. Lindsey did.
Yes.
Lindsey did stand on business. Pete again. What if the Lions don't win? What's changed? The foundation's changed, Pete. The structures change. The talent bases change. The rosters change. The competence level has changed. A ton's changed, Pete. But look, it still will be a failure. You win the division and you don't cash it in and get that playoff thing off your back, it's a failure. 100%.
No, it's
yes,
not
it is.
No,
yes,
it's
it is.
not.
Yes, it is, Lindsey.
When is the last time the Lions won the division?
30 years ago.
Now, how possibly could you say it's a failure?
Because that was the expectation coming in, and what changed?
Matter.
They won 12 games, Lindsey.
Yeah,
if anything, the expectations go up.
Yeah, they always go up, but you don't say it's a failure. You just say you didn't complete the task.
So you failed.
If you don't win the Super Bowl, you fail.
No, I don't. Well,
how can you keep moving the
goalposts?
goalposts?
If the 49ers don't win the Super Bowl, they failed.
Yeah, but
if the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, they failed.
Whoever does
If the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, they failed.
Yes. The ultimate goal for the season of football is to win the Super Bowl. I don't care what your expectations are. The goal is to win the Super Bowl. If you didn't come in first, you came in last.
Lindsey, different stops of the highway, bro.
No, man, I don't
different stops of the highway, man.
Nope. If I'm going to my mom's house and I stop at the store and I get a flat tire and I never make it, I didn't make it.
Right.
The goal was to get to mom's house.
Right, but you didn't get to where you intended to go.
Exactly. So if you
where
don't
you were
win
expected to go.
If you don't win the Super Bowl,
no.
You're second place.
No, if the 49ers don't win the Super Bowl, that's a failure.
That's
if we don't win a playoff game, it's a failure. And then next year, Lindsey,
no, I don't want to hear about this.
The progression of it
I don't want to
is
hear about progressions because people skip progressions
Lindsey.
all the time. You know that. Things change. Certain things happen when you just jump. You plan for certain things, but your plan alters when you acquire Rasheed Wallace, when you do certain things to change those plans.
Right, but that was a part of the step.
No,
that was a part of the step.
You have
Lindsey.
a plan. That fell in your lap. See,
no, you went out and did it
like that.
No, Joe went out and did it.
Yeah, but things happen like that. That wasn't like in the beginning of the season. Nobody said the Pistons were going to acquire Rasheed Wallace. Nobody said that.
Correct. But they were. Where were they coming off?
Plans.
What were they coming off though? Eastern Conference Finals.
Doesn't matter.
It was the next step.
We lost. We didn't
win. It was
win.
the next step.
We didn't win a championship. Who thought we were going to win a championship that year?
What do you mean? You were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Doesn't matter. Who thought we
you
were
in
the
Eastern Conference Finals?
That doesn't matter. Who thought we were going to win a championship that year?
You guys did. You were just in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Tell me, did you say the Pistons are going to win a championship?
Yeah, that it was time to take that step. Yes.
Don't tell me take a step.
That team as constructed, no.
That's okay.
But it was time. But it was time to finish it off.
You answered my question.
Yeah, but it was time to finish it off, and they did.
That team constructed. You didn't think you could win a championship, right?
Yeah, but
don't give me the buts.
No, Lindsey, because they were in that part to finish the job, get the acquisition.
Did you think? Yeah, this is a yes or no. Did you think that team constructed could win a championship?
No, but I also didn't think that was going to be the finished team.
My question stands. Did you think that team was going to win a championship?
Not as constructed, but I knew that wasn't going to be the finished team. That wasn't going to be the finished team.
I don't want your little ad libs on top of it. That team, as constructed, couldn't win a championship.
Right.
You plan. You have a plan, right? As you go along with your plan, things change when opportunities present themselves.
Mm-hmm. Or when you go make opportunities present themselves.
No, he didn't make that opportunity. That opportunity presented itself because they were tired of him out in Portland.
Well, however.
And nobody else was willing to take a chance on him.
However, hey, you don't have to take a chance with your home security. That's very, very easy, JB Smoove.
That is very, very easy. It's customized solution from real experts at Guardian Alarm. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation specific to your needs. With 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call at any time, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work by people who are proven to care. Call this number at 1-800-STAY-OUT. One more time, that is 1-800-STAY-OUT. And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. G-G-G-G-A. Oh, sorry. I forgot. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy. I think we need to get you a pick.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest hotels, casinos, restaurants with the very best prime beef, dry-aged beef, Wagyu beef, all of it. If you've had a great steak dinner in this town, chances are the steaks came from Fairway Packing Company. You can visit the Grab and Go Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. You can check them out on the web at fairwaypacking.com. Guys, I did it. I was out there. I got some ribeyes, seasoned them up, slapped them on the grill. The best steaks I've ever made in my life. You can do it too. Go to fairwaypacking.com today. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Lindsey Hunter here, survived the 696 shutdown. Neal Ruhl, Big Mike Gentry back from the dead. JB Smoove as well. We're live. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's
He's
number
alive.
one Chevrolet dealer. They got the UAW incentives. If you're with the UAW, you get $1,500 off on your car. I was talking to my guy Tim a little bit ago about the electric vehicles, big EV discussion. They got you. Whatever you need to do, come on down here and get it done. Sam Flannel bought a car from here. They make it so easy. So think about that. But, yeah, we're doing it. All of your thoughts in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, the chat poll as well. Who would you rather play? Because everyone's terrified about the Rams, so I had to do a checkpoint with everybody. 69% of you said you'd host the Rams. 31% of you said you'd rather play the Bucs in Tampa. I'm surprised by that. That's a third of the people, man.
Well, they just want the good weather. Everybody that has some sense wants to always host a game at home.
I'm surprised by that. So, JB Smoove, let's take it a step further. And I didn't plan for this. Like, I wanted to get into yesterday's game a little bit. And, of course, we'll take a look around the NFL. Of course, we're going to talk Michigan-Washington tonight in the national title. We're going to talk about that. JB Smoove, let's do this one, man. If you don't win this playoff game, was a season a failure? Yes or no? Because this is, Lindsey, this is all in for me. This is where legacies are defined. This is how it works, Lindsey, in the National Football League.
Okay, so if they don't win a playoff game, it was a failure, right?
Yes.
So all the things that they've done this year, winning the division, that doesn't matter because they didn't win a playoff game, right?
On the field.
Huh?
On the field. Those are two different answers.
So now the caveats.
Structurally,
you're adding caveats as we go along.
No. I'm consistent about it. I said that already. Structurally, from a talent acquisition perspective.
Aren't we adding caveats as we go along? Because now it's like, if we don't win that on the field.
On the field, what?
Everything's on the field.
Because that still hangs over your head.
Matters.
The Stafford thing hangs over your head. The Goff thing hangs over your head. This is all in, Lindsey. This is all the chips in the middle of the table. This is for everything this week. For everything.
Look, brother.
That's how this works, Lindsey.
At the end of the day, there's going to be one team that'll be happy with the end of the season. There'll be one team.
I think if the Lions win this game, there'll be two teams that will be happy at the end of the season.
No.
If the Lions win this game.
No.
Yes.
The Lions will be happy because of the past failures. We're in.
Oh, really? I thought that doesn't matter, Lindsey. You told me it just doesn't matter.
I didn't say that. I said because everybody has different goals, I guess. I was bred and born and raised to try to be a champion. Like, that's all my dad ever told me. Like, when I was falling short, my dad didn't say, "Oh, good job, you got better." You know what my dad told me? You're not good enough.
But you weren't a bum in the streets, Lindsey, that just picked up the game of basketball 2 years ago.
How do you know I wasn't a bum?
You didn't just start playing basketball 2 years ago when you were leading the country in scoring in college. Come on.
No, but
Come on, Lindsey.
But
that's what the Lions did. They were worse than an expansion team 2 years ago. Worse than an expansion team. Worse, because they were $20 million in the hole. Because they were paying Trey Flowers to not play, Jamie Collins to not play, Jelani Tavai to not play. See, you got to remember where this team has come from.
So they're like the Pistons now?
What do you mean? Dude, by the way, Cade went down. Has anybody heard anything?
Dude, what happened?
Some kind of knee sprain, they're saying.
Dude, I was watching the game. I didn't see a knee sprain.
It was bad?
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He went out. He went out in the first quarter. He had a foul. He went out in the first quarter, and he never got back in. So I don't know when the knee sprain occurred. I don't know, man.
It is. This is as grim as a season as I could. Like, come on, man. Like, Duren goes down. Cade pops off, gets it together. You get Duren back. They play better basketball. Cade goes down again. Like, Jesus, man.
Are they really playing better basketball?
They were when Duren was back. They were, Lindsey. They were. Come on.
What game do they play better basketball in? I just want to know because I was watching and I guess they've sucked the soul out of me. So I'm trying.
So you're compromised.
I'm trying to figure out because tell me what game did they play better basketball? Just so I can reevaluate my thoughts.
When their starting five was on the floor against the other team's starting five, they were better.
What game?
All of them that Duren and Cade played together. Lindsey, come on now.
They lost all of them.
Come on now. No, they won one.
Who?
When they broke the streak, they won.
Oh, when the Canadians were in the midst of a trade and they didn't have players available?
Yes.
Oh, that's when we won.
That's when they won one. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, LFG. Neal, as a Boomer SOL Michigan native, I feel the Lions season was a smashing success. But based on the August hype, fans, a playoff loss equals a fail.
I'm not look. In the big picture, there'll be – so I'm looking big picture because I don't know. Maybe because of what I've been through. I'm looking big picture. If you don't win it all, you didn't win anything. But the little nuances along the way, there are teams that are building towards being a part of the big picture, right? Like the Lions, right?
Yes.
I consider – I always say there are about four teams that are – capable of winning a Super Bowl. And I said this early on, and I put the Lions in that bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are certain teams. There's the Niners. There's the Ravens, the 49ers. The Lions. I take the Eagles out because they are free-falling. And maybe I'm always going to give Patrick Mahomes that nod because it's him, and they can get hot. Unless somebody
he's earned that, but I'm not expecting that.
No, I'm not expecting it either. I'm expecting them to fall by the wayside. And I'll throw the Cowgirls in there because they got so much damn hype. I just can't stand them, and I hope they do what they normally do, crash and burn, so I can celebrate. But yeah, it's like 4 or 5 teams that you look at and go, they could win a Super Bowl. They could win it all. And I put the Lions in that. So I think, and I understand what you're saying, like, oh, the season will be a failure if they don't win the playoffs. I don't think it'll be a failure because they haven't even been in the playoffs since Stafford left, right?
Yeah, they were 0-3 with Stafford here.
I didn't ask you if they were 0-3. I just said they've been to the playoffs.
Yes, 3 times, and they were 0-3.
Right.
And Stafford scored 6 points the final 3 quarters of a game with one of the greatest defenses in the history of the NFL. Any other questions, Lindsey? I have answers.
Why are you
I have answers.
Why are you
badgering
Stafford?
We're on that this week. We're on that this week.
Why are you badgering Stafford?
We're on that this week.
But why badger Stafford?
Because I got a text today, Lindsey. I was going to save this till later in the week, but I got a text today from a very, very good friend of mine that said, quote, Matt Stafford saved the Lions from a decade of obscurity. We were pretty much always competitive because of him, and then he gracefully exited. Hating on this man is insane. No. Insane is you were never part of the solution. Insane is you got over $250 million from the Lions. 0-3 in the playoffs. That's insane. And being okay with that and saying, oh, don't worry, Dad went out for groceries. He'll be back. And you're still sitting over there by the front door expecting him to come back. He's gone. He's gone. He's never coming back. And guess what? He wasn't that good of a dad anyway. He never went to your games. He never went to your games. He never paid attention to you. He never played catch with
Dad
you.
was a truck driver.
Yeah, he was a
Dad
truck driver.
was on the road bringing home the bacon so you could live a lavish lifestyle.
He was a mediocre truck driver. That's what he was. He was a middle-of-the-road truck driver.
And you and I have had this conversation, and you better not walk this back because we both said that Stafford wasn't part of the problem.
I term that differently. When I say first, I say, yeah, he wasn't part of the solution.
I don't buy that because the guy went out and won a Super Bowl. He went out and won a Super Bowl.
So?
So? What do you mean so?
I mean so. I don't get worked up when
you don't have to
I don't get worked up when Mahomes wins a Super Bowl or anything like that. Like he's just another dude. Just another dude in the league, man. That's what he is. Got over $250 million from this franchise, dude. Is it unrealistic for me to be bitter about the fact that he got over $250 million and won 0 playoff games?
Well, then
is that unrealistic, Lindsey?
Yes, it's very unrealistic.
What?
So you should be mad at every player that played in that era. Then you should be mad at all of those guys. You should. Oh, the front office didn't have anything to do with that. Oh no, they were.
Lindsey.
Oh my goodness, they had nothing to do with the fact that the Lions were an obscure, mediocre franchise.
Rad.
They didn't have anything to do with that.
All right, hold on, we're late for the break again. Rad in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says, "Lose that friend, Neal." I'm thinking about it. I may hit the block button. Wintertime in Detroit's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes, the classic, the lumberjack, or the Santa Fe Garden omelet, all of it. And don't forget about this, too, the new apple pie hotcakes. Too good to miss. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Darren McCarty certainly would do that. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Tired of the same old Detroit sports wearables? Well, then we got you covered. Go to woodwardsports.com/shop. It's a new era in Detroit sports wearables. Plus, it's hoodie season. It's beanie season. Big Mike Gentry's got the beanie on today because he's back from the dead, everybody, and we're happy to have him. The Stoke Not Scared T-shirt. Get him. Wear them. Hey, why don't you set your Detroit Ram shirt on fire and replace it with a Stoke Not Scared shirt? Huh? How about that? Better yet, if you got a Detroit Ram shirt, don't even show up to the game. How about that instead?
Hey, man.
I'm not having it, Lindsey, but you can have a Stoke Not Scared T-shirt. Go to woodwardsports.com/shop. Hoodies, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's Woodward Sports golf line as well. It's all there for you. woodwardsports.com/shop. Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, Revived, JB Smoove as well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, jump in, Ryan's reaction. And it's been making me think a lot during the break. If we lose to the Rams, we lost the Stafford Goff trade, which is interesting.
No. Who said that?
Initially, I agreed with him.
No, no.
However, I got BMG. I want to know the exact compensation, what that ended up being. Because I knew, but I can't remember all the exact details. So the department is on it now. The research department is on it. One Funky Lions, let me see here. Jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread and get your thoughts out there. DNC ENT, okay, but for real, what was wrong with cheering for Stafford when we were 3-13-1? Because Dad left you, and he wasn't coming back. He went out for groceries, and you're still waiting by the window right then.
So if Stafford was Dad, who was Calvin Johnson?
What do you mean? Calvin didn't tap out. I'll always give Calvin credit. He didn't tap out.
What do you mean?
He didn't go in there and say, hey, I can't get it done here, so trade me. He never did that. He played his whole career here, man. He never quit on that. So
you saying Stafford quit?
Tapped out, asked for to be traded. Did he not? Did he not? Did he not?
So would you have asked to be traded if you had an opportunity?
Calvin didn't.
I'm just asking you. So you're faulting a player.
Isaiah Thomas didn't.
So you're faulting a player that asked to be traded.
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean that's half the league.
Thank you.
He don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He just said, "Yeah." He didn't even hear it.
Calvin stayed the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Rashid tapped out, so he came in here and gave us a chip. He tapped out in Portland. I guess we don't like him either.
Oh, that's different. Oh, that's different. No, he came here. He came here. That's the difference.
I get it.
That's the difference.
Oh, okay. I see how it works now. I'm sorry. I was blinded.
Yeah. So that's the difference with me, Lindsey. I'm only telling you how I feel. I will have brutal honesty for everybody this week. Brutal honesty.
I don't feel one way. I don't fault guys for asking to be traded. Because I asked to be traded once, so I know how that feels.
Well, I'll never forget my favorite part of the 04 run was your time with the Boston Celtics. I
had no time with the Boston Celtics.
Lindsey, when you remember the Boston Celtics, did you get goosebumps being in Boston, putting on that Kelly green and white Celtics jersey?
I never went.
Was that, when you look back at your career, winning championships here in Detroit, playing with Shaq, playing with Kobe, playing against Kobe, all that kind of stuff. I think that when you boil it all down, Lindsey, if you were being honest with us, that the favorite part of your career would be that 11 minutes you were with the Boston Celtics on paper. Was it a great time in your career, Lindsey?
Yeah,
Was it fond memories?
I sat at home and waited for everything to be finalized.
Oh, man. I do love that bit, though, when we talk about your time with the Boston Celtics.
That was a very brief time.
Yeah. Smoke In says, Calvin quit because he knew there wasn't a winning season coming anytime soon. I don't know.
He quit.
I will never say I'll never say a player whose hands look like that quit.
Oh, he quit.
That's what the texter said.
That's what he said. He quit.
No, he retired.
Oh, okay.
He retired.
I didn't say he quit. I'm just saying that's what one of the fans said.
No, he retired. He retired. Yeah, but by the way here. Okay, so we got it from Mike Gentry, the Matthew Stafford trade, and the trades after that involve pieces of the Matthew Stafford trade. The Lions got Jared Goff, Jamison Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Josh Paschal, Broderick Martin, Ife Melifonwu for Matthew Stafford.
You should be happy. You should celebrate Matthew Stafford. You should thank Matthew Stafford for delivering the future to Detroit.
No. I thank a GM for coming in here and saying, hey, we're moving this guy, and here's what I'm going to do with it, and then executing it.
No, but you said he went in and demanded the trade. Okay, well, then it was all him. It wasn't any GM great genius of an idea to move Stafford. It wasn't that. It was the fact that he wanted to go elsewhere and win a Super Bowl.
Right, and we had a GM in place that could pull that off.
I mean,
that's why
you and I could have pulled that off.
No. We could not have drafted. We could not have drafted Jamison Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Josh Paschal, Broderick Martin's been a bust, and Ife Melifonwu. No, you and I cannot talent evaluate that, Lindsey, at the draft combine and say, yes, these are the guys that we're going to take.
We could have got us in position to make those draft picks with the trade of Matthew Stafford. Am I wrong or right?
I don't know.
Oh,
no, I don't know, Lindsey.
Says the guy who looks at every single salary to dictate what's important and what's not. Yeah, boy, I swear, you sure do stick to your narratives, don't you?
It's not a narrative; it's the truth, man. Brutal honesty all week. You guys got a question about you? Let's just get into it then. You want to? I was going to try to wait. Let's just get into it then. Ask away. Ask away, man.
I'm just saying, like, every time we talk about making a trade or something, you go, I got to look at the salary and see what is it. I mean, you're the salary cap king.
100%, because that's how you can figure out what's going to happen.
Right.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. If you don't win this game, is a season of failure. 54% of you say no, 46% of you say yes. So basically 50-50.
No, it's not 50-50.
Basically.
No, it's not basically.
A slight lean towards no. Lindsey, stop getting so granular, man.
I'm
a slight lean
like
towards
you said,
no.
That's what the numbers say.
Right. A slight lean towards no. Is that a better way to put it?
No, it's over half.
With a 4% margin for error, I believe.
No.
You two have to always put the you always got to put that on there, right?
No. Nope.
You don't have to?
So Pete Smith said the Rams won the trade because they won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Derek G., you shut up. We're talking about that's on Holmes. Shut up. We're talking about Stafford demanding a trade.
Big Con 51. Neal, if you were Brad Holmes, would you trade Ben Johnson to the Patriots for a first-round pick? Kraft has done it before. Yes. Yes, I would.
Tim Polko said, Stafford wasn't the GM. He never had a running game to take the pressure off.
Oh, wait. He never had a running game. He had a backfield that was the only backfield in the history of football to each have over 1,000 all-purpose yards.
Who were his running backs?
Reggie Bush, Joique Bell. 500 yards rushing, 500 yards receiving.
Come on. I mean, I like Reggie Bush.
Both of them had that.
Yeah, I like
both
Reggie
of them. Lindsey, nobody else has ever done it.
Obviously, it didn't impact the game enough because they couldn't rely on that running game.
Well, no, because their quarterback led them to 6 points in the final 3 quarters of a playoff game.
It wasn't all the quarterback, and you know that. You can't just blame the quarterback for everything.
There's one commonality in all of it.
It's a team. It's a team game. Right? Am I wrong or right?
Wait a minute, because I'm told that Jared Goff sucks.
Well, that's these people on here saying that.
I'm just trying to keep it straight, Lindsey. That's all.
Well, they love golf now. It fluctuates.
Do they? Do they, though?
From the comments, they're team golf.
Yes.
So this week they're team golf. If he struggles, get rid of him.
Well, yeah, but that's and you know what, Lindsey? Let's do that next.
Okay.
Because I do want to do a reset of everything because I got to be consistent, right?
Right.
So let's do a reset of it. And again, it's already turned into this that we've already gone down this road, and we got 4.5 more days of this. Everybody, we do. So everybody just buckle up. Tell them about Swiss Insurance, JB Smoove.
Oh, I got you. Do you have football on the brain like us? Of course you do. It's already been an amazing professional and college football season, but time is now come for you to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with the pros at Swiss Insurance. They cover us here at WSN, and they should be covering you as well. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com, or as always, give them a call at 248-800-4177. Swiss Insurance.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 12th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Rest in peace to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Sheila, Brad, and Dan for putting that to rest. And guess what else has found the grave? The same old rock, paper, and scissors game. Jack Labrador's revolutionized that entire game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jacklabrador.gg and find out why. Once you go Jack, you never go back. Guys, the sun's never coming out again, at least until April or May. jacklabrador.gg. Give it a spin. You're going to be spending a lot of time indoors. It is Jack Labrador. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, JB Smoove. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get those podcasts. Put the 5-star review in there. Say, hey, Big Mike Gentry, glad you came back from the dead. Thought we lost you. Somebody put that as a review right now, please. A 5-star review. I'm just glad to see Big Mike Gentry is live. I thought we lost him. But we are talking Detroit Lions, and we are live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They got the $1,500 discount for active Chevy UAW members. I was talking with my guy Tim here as well, all things EV. So pull up on them here in Novi. They're the best in the game. Me. Absolutely. We talked about the Lions-Vikings game for about 4 minutes before that turned into Lions-Rams discussion. And think about it, guys. We're halfway through the first day. There's only 4 more days to go of this. Mercifully, we do have the Michigan game to talk about coming up in just a little bit.
You watching that tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch. I'll be watching. Super Saiyan Lions fan. Excuse me. Neal, please stop. Stafford never had a legit running game. Checks notes. Reggie Bush, Joique Bell, the first running back tandem to both go over 500 rushing and receiving yards in the same season.
500 rushing yards.
And receiving yards.
You
had 2 running backs with over 1,000 all-purpose yards.
We're talking about running backs.
Yeah.
They have legit running backs now. They have 2 bona fide running backs.
He had running backs that had done something that had never been done in the history of the league. And then I have somebody saying, well, he didn't have a running game at all. Like, which is it, Lindsey?
You said that
you're telling me what you think. I just told you what we know.
Yeah,
we know that for a fact.
500 yards rushing.
He had a record-setting backfield. Record-setting backfield.
I don't care about the record-setting
stable of running
500 yards
backs.
rushing.
Each. Over 1,000.
Wow. I mean, that's a whole
And
lot.
by the way, Reggie Bush had over 1,000 rushing himself. He had 1,500 yards by himself. So stop with that.
1 year?
Yeah, 1 year. And, oh, by the way, Lindsey chipped in as well. Or, excuse me, Joy chipped in as well with over 1,100 yards, almost 1,200 yards.
Yeah, but Reggie Bush
so
stayed
I don't
hurt,
want
so
to
he
hear
don't
it.
count.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm not buying that.
That year, he had one of the best backfields, the best year any running backfield has ever had in the league, and he had a top 10 historical defense. So stop. And he had 6 points the last three quarters.
Stafford it's all Stafford.
Who else would it be on?
The team.
Who else would it be on?
It's the team.
The defense did their job.
It's the team. It's the team.
I'm just telling you what. Again, so Syed Lions fan, you can tell me what you think. You think that he never had a legit running game, and then I give you the facts of what happened.
Well, they have legitimate running backs now, bona fide. I look at Reggie as a hybrid. He wasn't a pure running back.
Yeah, well, he had 1,000 rushing and 500 receiving, 1,500 yards. Lindsey, stop with
he's
that.
like as good as CMC then, huh?
That year he was.
He's not.
That year he was.
He's not even close. Reggie couldn't run between the tackles. You know that.
MX Anthony, Brad Holmes deserves all the credit for the Stafford-Goff trade results. And MX Anthony, that's where I am with it too.
Well, if he deserves all the credit, then why do you have such disdain for Stafford going in and saying if in fact, because we don't even know if Stafford even requested a trade. It may have been that they were just like, let's just move him on, like they did Steve Nash in Phoenix. Hey, we loved you. You did great things here. I think it's time for you to go somewhere else. We're going to put you in a place where it's going to be better for you, and we're going to get assets, and we'll build our team with a young new nucleus. That sounds like what happened to me. But some people with anger issues would want to twist it and act like Stafford. He quit on us.
Gritsville, USA, 2,500 yards from scrimmage is 2,500 yards from scrimmage. You can't diminish that because you don't like Reggie's style. Agreed. Doesn't fit the narrative either. Don't forget about that as well, Gritsville. Yes, the Ski Mask Boy, I did just see that as well. Breaking news, Tiger Woods and Nike have parted ways.
Oh, wow.
27-year partnership is over. Tiger Woods and Nike.
How much money did he get from them? He had to get at least $400 million.
So almost as much as Stafford got from the Lions for no playoff wins?
This guy.
What?
Let it go, man.
He signed his most recent endorsement deal with Nike in 2013. It was worth around $200 million over 10 years. That was the last deal he was on, $200 million for 10 years.
What was the one before that one?
They did not say.
They didn't say?
Yeah, they did not say. But, yeah, so it was it wasn't over $250 million like Stafford got. But, hey, did Tiger Woods produce for Nike? I think so. Did he win in the big moments?
Oh, man.
He made a Nike golf ball hang over the edge of the cup at the Masters with the logo facing the camera. He delivered.
He's arguably the best golfer ever. Arguably. I don't think he's the best, but I would say he's close.
He's the best ever. Lindsey.
I just don't like offending the forefathers. You know what I mean?
Lindsey.
I don't like offending the forefathers.
Lindsey.
I don't like offending the Golden Bear. I don't like offending those guys. I have respect for Arnold Palmer and all those guys. You know what I mean?
You want a couple of Tiger stats?
No, I don't need them.
Here,
know.
Real quick. Scotty Scheffler last year finished the PGA Tour season with a scoring average of 68.6. It was the 7th best mark ever in the history of golf for an entire season. Tiger Woods has the 1st best, 2nd best, 3rd best, 4th best, 5th best, and 6th best.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Winning percentage by the 54-hole leader on the PGA Tour. Last 10 years, at all tour players, 42%. Tiger Woods' career, 96%.
He's the Michael Jordan of golf. We know that.
The greatest ever.
Yes.
From the 1999 Memorial to the 2001 Memorial, Tiger Woods won 20 tournaments in 40 appearances.
Oh, my God.
Then he did it again in 2005 to 2008, won 20 tournaments in 40 appearances. Ridiculous.
Then, hey.
Maybe the greatest athlete ever.
Not athlete. Stop.
BMG, you play golf? Is he in the discussion?
You're getting carried away now. He's not the greatest athlete of all because, I mean, come on, dude.
I mean, who would you say is?
The greatest athlete ever?
Yeah.
The greatest athlete ever.
It's really tough. I mean,
yeah, but
you
I'm
can
gonna
pick
go
from each sport a little
yeah,
bit. But
the greatest athlete ever.
Tiger is by far the best golfer ever.
Yeah, the best golfer.
And I think he's in the.
But you can't put golf. But
I think he's in the top.
Although I think golf, you do have to have some athleticism in golf. They get tiered down because there's no running in golf. There's no jumping in golf. So you get tiered down. You're not per se a pure physical athlete.
I guess.
So when you say athlete, all things entail. They're not running. They're not jumping. They're not doing.
And he's got no one to help him out.
Doesn't matter. Neither does
him.
Neither does tennis. Tennis players don't have anybody to help them out.
Correct.
So, my point proven exactly. And tennis is way more physically demanding than golf.
I know, and Matt Stafford never had anybody to help him out either, except for the greatest running back field in the history of football and a Hall of Fame receiver and a top 10 defense ever. But other than that, he never had anybody to help him out either. I'm tired. I'm tired of that narrative, dude. And I'm tired of you if you're going to roll in and you're going to wear a Detroit Rams shirt, or you ever owned a Detroit Rams shirt, or if you shed a tear when you won a Super Bowl or anything like that. I don't care. And I want him put in the ground this weekend. I want him put in the ground, Lindsey. He's in the way of what I want.
Dead. I want his wife and kids dead.
Hey, Lindsey, he is in the way of what we want.
No doubt.
What I haven't had since I was a 12-year-old kid, Lindsey. He's directly in the way of that, and I want him put down. I want him put down, and I want the win. And whatever happens, happens.
Hey, man.
I don't care. I don't care what he did here because he didn't do this. And when the Lions do this on Sunday night to him, I don't care.
I'm with you, buddy. I love it.
Dad's not coming back. He's gone.
He went to get milk and never
came back.
I got to call my buddy Brian.
Oh, JB, I saw you do that too. Do not do that again.
What did he do?
Don't put the graphic of Stafford walking down the tunnel with the number 9 on his. Do not do that.
I gotta call my buddy Brian. We're supposed to be doing a doggone tailgate downtown. I gotta call Brian and see if we're gonna do the big tailgate.
Robert Colosia coming in hot. I remember a lot of bozos in this chat room giving me ish for ishing on Meyer selling all those stupid T-shirts. F. Meyer and the Stafford family.
They're selling T-shirts?
Remember they were selling the Detroit Rams T-shirts. Oh, we talked about it.
I was saw
hot.
That.
I was heated.
Wow.
If you had a Detroit Rams T-shirt, my public service announcement that I will do every day this week.
That's pretty bad, bro.
Hear me now. If you ever owned a Detroit Rams T-shirt, do me a favor. Don't go to the game Sunday night. Let the tickets go. Let somebody who's a real fan
What if you
go
see
to
a
the
fan
game.
with one of those jerseys that's half Ram, half Lion?
Dude, Lindsey, you are making me furious. You are making me furious right now. If you had a half Lions, half Rams Stafford jersey, then just pack it in. And never be affiliated with this football team again. Lindsey, I'm heated right now, bro. We got to go to commercial. Thank God.
Man.
Thank God. Because as a professional, I have to collect myself and do this right now for Planet Fitness. Let me get in the right state of mind here to do this. Planet Fitness, everybody. It's a new year. It's a new you. 24 cents down, $10 a month. Get you access to your home Planet Fitness. You want to be a baller? Hey, Planet Fitness Black Card, $24.99 a month. You get access to over 2,400 Planet Fitnesses around the world with unlimited guest privileges. We're out here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. No problem for me. There's a Planet Fitness a mile down the road. I slide in there, do my work, come here, see everybody at Feldman Chevrolet. Nothing changes because there's a Planet Fitness everywhere. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Now pushing your Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry back from the dead, JB Smoove as well. Happy to have you all. He is alive, everybody. He did it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. B Go Crazy says, Neal, you're my guy, but Reggie had 1,006 rushing yards. Correct. That's okay. Joique Bell never ran for 1,000. I never said he did. Goff good, but Matt is better. Oh, that's weird because I look at the NFL quarterback stats for the entire season, and there's Jared Goff, second in the league in passing yards. There's Jared Goff, fourth in the league in touchdowns. But I know he's a bum, right? He's a bum, and Matt Stafford's better. No, I know. And B Go Crazy, look, you're my guy too, all right? But listen again. This, you know how I was just told Stafford never had a running game here? Joique Bell, Reggie Bush, the first running back tandem to both have over 500 rushing and 500 receiving yards in the same season. Reggie Bush had 1,006 rushing yards. Joique Bell had 650 rushing yards. Add that together, 1,657 rushing yards. But he never had a run game. That's over 100 a game, but he never had a run game. With a top 10 defense to boot, by the way. So just put that back out there, everybody. Shane also says, I have a Joey Harrington jersey I wear. It's the only jersey I'll ever wear. And you know what, Shane? Respect to you. I have more respect to you than anyone who wore a Detroit Rams T-shirt or a half Lions, half Rams Matt Stafford jersey. If I ever see you at the Lions game, I'll buy you a beer. On the spot, I will buy you a beer. Respect. Because you stand by it, Shane, and I stand by it. And we're here now. And he's in the way of what we want. And he's, you know, it's as Magic Johnson said about Isaiah Thomas in the 1988 NBA Finals. If I got to put him down, it's just that way now. That's my statement. I want that on a loop. You know, if I got to put him down, it's just that way now. And that's my statement. I don't care. I don't celebrate him. I don't care. Again, I appreciate the field that you guys put at 7 Mile and Van Dyke, that I drive by, going to Detroit City every day. I appreciate that. Thank you. You guys did very, very good things in the community. Period. You're in the way now.
Does he still have his house here?
I don't know if it ever sold or not.
I don't think that thing is, how much was it was on the market for, like, what, $9 million or something?
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's not going to sell.
You know what? I don't care about that either. I don't care. Very nice job with the football field that you put in at 7 Mile and Van Dyke.
I want his family dead. I want his wife and kids dead.
No, Lindsey, no. I want him in the ground, though. Like I want Aiden Hutchinson to put him in the ground 3 times. Sorry, man. He's in the way of what I want and what I've wanted for 30 years.
You want them to feel like Mike Gentry was feeling a couple of days ago.
I don't know. From what BMG was saying, I wouldn't wish that on
Mike,
anybody.
when you was on your deathbed, when you were looking up, what did you see? Did you see the pearly gates? Or did you see fire and brimstone? Which way are you headed? Are you going to change your life now for that near-death experience?
It flashed like when his life was flashing before his eyes. And what did the scoreboard say? Did it say Lions 31, Rams 12? It did. Fourth quarter. 0 minutes left. God hates cowards. My first 2 jerseys were Joey Harrington and Charles Rogers. Donated them to a family who lost everything in an apartment fire years ago. So there's that out there as well. King Horse. I have an original Brandon Pettigrew jersey. Why? You have to answer that. You're the one that bought it.
That's okay.
Oh, man.
I'm going to wear my Lions jersey.
Okay, let's do one segment of this.
I have an authentic, too. Got straight from the player.
Barry?
No. I had a Barry. I don't know what I did with it. He came to my basketball camp.
Cat spot. Neal sounds pathetic defending Goff with stats. Oh, you mean like how they keep track of everything? Okay. Goff was garbage against every good defense he played.
See, here they come. Here they come.
I can't help that.
Here they come.
But you know what though, Lindsey? And I promise this, and I got to be consistent with it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I sit here and I say the NFL playoffs are great because they're about legacy, they're about everything, right?
Right.
And all the chips are in the middle of the table. So I will say this. If he doesn't get it done, then you got to ask the question, 100%. And this is me talking. Like, you have to ask the question. Now, the same way that I said, the Rams are the hottest team in football. Everybody's terrified of them. Oh, Matt Stafford, let me get my half Lions, half Rams jersey back out. That's great. Doesn't mean anything. Nothing else matters. To quote Metallica, nothing else matters except this Sunday night at 8:15. That's for the Rams, and that's for the Lions, too. Great season, 12-5, won a division. I got my hat. I asked for the hat. I got the hat. I went and got it. All right? This is it, though. The legacy of this year's Detroit Lions is on the line. It's on the line. These are the stakes, Lindsey.
Yeah.
For your 49ers, you don't think the Cowboy fans are feeling this? With Dak and everything, the Bills fans with Josh Allen, the Dolphins with everybody's feeling this.
Yeah, but I think the Cowboy fans are more or less delusional, so they know they're going to have a meltdown. They just can't figure out when. Is it going to be against Jordan Love first game? I don't think so, but I think they'll melt down. The Dolphins are just happy that they're relevant again. The Bills are the Bills. They're going to bill.
At some point.
They're going to do what they do. He's going to come out and look spectacular for several plays. Then he's going to throw a mindless pick, and everybody's going to go, what is he doing?
And I'll tell you this, Lindsey, like we didn't even get into, and we will probably more next week, but you talk about legacies and stuff like that. Lamar's legacy, Lamar Jackson's legacy is on the line.
It's on the line, baby.
He's done it all. He's probably going to get another MVP.
Yep. Has he ever won a playoff game?
They've won a playoff game.
Did he?
Yeah, they've won one, I believe.
You got to look that up. Did he win a playoff game?
Lindsey,
they won one?
When you're a multiple-time MVP in this league, there was only one other stop.
Yeah, you got to get to the big dance, baby.
And you got to win it. You got to win it. That's it. That's all.
Win it.
And these are legacies on the line. So, you think here locally, picture if the Lions don't win, how this town will act about Goff. Times that by 300 million across the nation of how people will view Lamar Jackson if they won and done it this year. He'll get killed in the media.
Yes.
Killed. And he just got $250 million.
And see, the thing about the Lamar situation is he always had the fallback of, they didn't go out and get him weapons. He has weapons now. He has OBJ. He has Flowers. He has some dynamic receivers. He has a good tight end.
Isaiah Likely.
Yes, he has weapons now. So now those excuses have been put to bed. He has to perform, and he has been up to now. We got to see what he's going to do in the playoffs.
Smokin says, with our terrible secondary, you guys aren't worried about Stafford throwing for 500 yards. You got to get home. I hear people terrified about their running game, which I don't.
It's okay.
It's okay, but the Lions rush that's like the strength of their defense.
Right.
And I don't want to speak out of school here, so I have to get the exact number because I know people will be people, and if I get it exactly wrong, they'll blow me up on it. But because I heard people discussing it and saying, well, the Lions gave up some rushing yards on Sunday. Vikings still had 89 yards rushing, like 89, and that was a bad day for the Lions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a non-negotiable for them. What makes the Rams team good, now obviously Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua are good players.
Really good.
But what's been the thing
Puka is good.
about stationary quarterbacks? So what have the Lions done to stationary quarterbacks?
Yeah, they've given them the flux, which the one thing I don't think. Well, Matthew is a pure pocket passer, but he can get out of the pocket and move. He can step out and move. He can do some things. So
he can evade.
Yes,
I think that's a better way to
word
put
for
it.
Yeah,
he's not going to get out and run on you, but he can evade your rush.
He can really move
sidestep
in the
your
pocket
rush
really well. Yeah. So, but I'm not worried about the Lions against Matthew Stafford. I think they're gonna win. I think they'll dominate the game. I don't think it'll be a total blowout, which I hope it is. But I think the Lions ultimately will win. I think they'll beat them. I think they'll be the energy of the building it'll be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Let me ask you this,
the
Lindsey,
city will be crazy.
Because you live this, and the Lakers series in particular. After they got the win, now it's a little bit different because y'all were coming back 1-1, even though you won both those games, but whatever. How does that work for you? When does that become a negative? Does it become a negative, like pressure, or does the energy just supersede? Because you remember Patricia's first game, that Monday night game against the Jets, and they got the pick six, and the roof was blown off the place.
Right.
Cut scene, it's 44-10. Like, they lost. How, as a player, how do you negotiate that? Because the Palace that day, that game 3, the crowd was never going to let you lose that game, were they?
You can feel like when
you feel different, don't you?
Yes, it's a crazy feeling. You walk out and it's like the crowd pumps energy into you, and you go, "Oh shit!"
I never felt this before. Yeah,
it's crazy. You can't hear. I mean, it's. I can't see anything but a Lions victory. I think they're going to come out and this guy.
Because you've lived this before.
Yeah.
Like the will of a building times that 60,000.
Those guys are going to be so jacked. Like, it's going to be unbelievable. And riding off of, winning the division, all of those things are just multiplying, the ampness that's going to be here. You can feel it in the city right now.
I agree.
Imagine what it's going to be like. That's why I'm trying to get down there and make sure Brian gets our tailgating together. We're going to be down there partying. And it's going to be off the chain. I'm wearing my Lions jersey.
Breaking news.
Well, I got Lions jerseys. I've been here 30-some-odd years.
Really? What'd you ever do for the city?
I've had
all I remember you was with the Boston Celtics. When I think Lindsey Hunter.
You know how much I hate the Celtics, bro. I hate the Celtics.
So was it a conflict for you to be a Boston Celtic?
No, it was not a conflict at all because I never went.
But you were there on paper.
I was not there.
You were a Boston Celtic for like 11 minutes. I'll never forget.
Oh man.
Which portion of your career do you value more? Winning a championship here in Detroit or the time you spent with the Boston Celtics? What's done more for your life?
You're nuts, man. I probably wouldn't even went to Boston if that trade was a real trade. I'd have been like, cut me.
Brendan Dillinger says, I got my Blake Griffin jersey on right now. You know what, real quick? We got the best year out of Blake Griffin's career. If you go by the metrics.
I'm not going by the metrics. We didn't get the best year.
No, because he didn't jump over cars and dunk. That doesn't mean. Look at the numbers.
Couldn't move.
Look at the numbers, Lindsey.
I don't care what the numbers say. I watched the aging, one-time budding superstar. Arnie strapped his knee together with thread, go out on the court, and he started shooting threes and doing things that, come on, man. That wasn't good.
Fletch Lives Daily. Lindsey, can you comment on this? Lindsey has a Celtics jersey in a wall case in his home. Is that true? It says Hunter on the back.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
What number were you with the Celtics?
I never got a number. A question mark was on the back.
Hunter?
Exactly.
Like Anchorman?
Exactly.
I'm Ron Burgundy? Pass to Lindsey Hunter?
Exactly.
On the wing? That was pretty funny, though. Robert Colosia, how can a Laker and a Piston end up playing for the Celtics? That's painful.
Exactly. I was raised to hate the Celtics.
Real quick, in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, what was your favorite Lindsey Hunter Celtics moment? If you drop that in there, I'll put it right to the top of the chat. 40 Gumble, Neal, come on, bro. Griffin might as well have had 2 Kia strapped to his feet instead of what he was with the Piston. No, I know what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying.
He looked horrible.
No, metrically, it was the greatest year of his career.
Neal, metrics and analytics is ruining the game. That's why the scores are like 150 to 100 every night now.
And Lindsey,
nobody guards anybody.
He took him to the playoffs.
Oh, wow. Did they win a playoff series?
No, but he took him to the playoffs.
Okay. Oh, well. Hey.
I'm just saying he did. The Blake Griffin.
Van Gundy took him to the playoffs, too.
And look, maybe I'm clouding this a little bit.
You are.
Because he was always cool to me. Like when
Blake,
yeah.
I like Blake. He's a great guy.
Great dude.
Great dude.
Metrically, it was the best year of his career, and he tried his best. Like, you remember like when Reggie and Andre were kind of clowning a little bit with the media, and he walked by and he's like, gave him that like dad look. Like, he tried his best, dude. The Blake Griffin years here, I think fans underrated. He did everything he could do. You got everything out of him.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when a city has been spoiled with winning championships
by a former Boston Celtic,
all that stuff don't matter. People are looking at you like, just imagine, man. Just imagine how the fans are feeling now. Lindsey with the clown take. The talent level in the NBA is far better. You a damn fool, Brandon Cass. You stupid as hell. You don't know anything about talent. Shut up. I'm not even going to acknowledge you anymore. Block him.
Lunchbox Hooligans. Neal, they finished second against a run this year at 88.8 yards per game. And that's exactly it. Like, it's a strength. And no one's talking about it. Like, everyone's just like boogeymanning, oh, it's Stafford. Get home. And Hutch has been on a heater last 2 weeks, right? The pressure's turned into sacks. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. We need to keep it. Oh, man, I missed this break badly, didn't I? Sorry about that, guys. Premier Pet Supply, JB Smooth. Let them know.
I got you. When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years with 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of foods, the lowest prices, curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Check them out online today at www.premierpetsupply.com.
At work,
and Michigan Talk next.
We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Glorious Cannabis has dropped their new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of our Detroit football team. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, then what are you waiting for? What are you doing? Check them out at a Dispo dispensary near you, or check them out online today at gloriouscanna.com.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Lindsey Hunter in for D-Mac. We have Big Mike Gentry. We have JB Smoove as well, live from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. The people are out here in the house right now. Don't forget, $1,500 off a car if you're an active UAW member. So come on in here, take advantage of that. Those interest rates are starting to come down a little bit too, everybody. Come see the staff here. They're the best in the game. That is fact, not opinion. But, yeah, no, we're talking tons of football, obviously. You guys know that. I do want to get into the Michigan-Washington game, though, the national championship. And it's weird. Oh, real quickly, too. I told Lindsey during the break that I'm going to get a Boston Celtics Lindsey Hunter jersey, and he's going to autograph it for me. And I'm going to get it framed and put it up in my home.
For what?
For your time, to honor your time with the Boston Celtics.
There's no honor in that. There's no honor in that.
And instead of a number, I'm going to get a question mark.
Here's Brandon Katz. The NBA is far more athletic today than when Lindsey played. Brandon Katz, do you know what an athlete is? Do you know what do you have an athletic bone in your body? Come on, Brandon. I thought you were a lawyer.
No, he just trained as one.
Yeah, he's a liar.
He was not. Yeah, Michigan, Washington, Big Mike Gentry. I sensed it when I got here to Feldman Chevrolet in Novi this morning. Sam Flannel was still here. And
they did their show from here?
They did, as a matter of fact.
Armani's coming too?
No.
Oh, they don't ever.
No.
Those guys just are spoiled little brats. We don't want to go way out there. We'll just stay here in the studio and do our thing.
So I ran into Sam Flannel, and the nervous energy that was coming off of Sam Flannel, I couldn't believe.
But doesn't he always look nervous? He just has that nervous look.
No,
like
but
it was
extra.
It looks like
it was like Big Mike Gentry's sickness. It was extra. You know, BMG. Just give me a verbal. How are you feeling about tonight? Nervous, calm? How do you feel?
I'm excited.
Excited?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. I think Washington's a great team. Penix, obviously, is
Man, you on the coaching staff or something?
PR trained. Trained, but
it's us against the world.
Yeah, no, I'm ready, though. I think Michigan's going to show up tonight and finally get it done, but it's going to be a good game. Not nervous whatsoever. I'm not sure Flannel was nervous. I didn't really see him too much.
No, he said he was. I could just feel it. And he said, yeah, between that, the playoffs coming up this weekend. JB Smoove, on the poll, could we do this? Our Michigan fans, are you even a little nervous tonight? Yes or no? Because that's it. And BMG, since I got you here, just kind of your breakdown of the game. And I know what everyone's going to say, right? Michigan will run the ball. Blake Corum will have 2 touchdowns. They've never faced a defense like this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The only path I think Washington has to victory in this game is A, if Michigan helps them, i.e. through the turnover, and B, because the only difference I think that Washington has and Alabama has was with Penix, you have an ability to make reads. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To do hot routes, to do all those types of things. Because Michigan was very aggressive with their blitzing against Alabama.
Yep, especially off rip.
Does Washington and Michael Penix, and I'm not saying do they have the ability. I know he has the ability. Are they able to cook up a package where a receiver can break off a route and go right to the space where the blitzer just vacated and make them pay a price right there? Like Penix, I don't want to say cerebral because that's a cop-out. But Penix is such a refined passer that he's got the capability to do that.
He's more of a pure passer than the Alabama quarterback.
No question.
It's not even close. So, can they cook up a game plan where they have hot routes when they see the blitz coming? Of course. And can he get that ball there? We've seen him deliver that ball on a frozen rope. So they have the ability. Can their offensive line hold up?
Which they have one of the best off. They won the award.
Yeah.
They won the Michigan Offensive Line Award. They gave it to Washington this year.
Yeah, so can they hold up? Will Michigan have to load the box and blitz them?
I don't. What say you, BMG? I want your breakdown.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to put a lot of pressure on Michael Penix. Obviously, you've seen what he can do in clutch situations, so they're going to have to mix something up. I definitely think they will. Washington's going to have to hot route people and find guys open when Michigan does blitz, but you're just going to have to make Michael Penix uncomfortable, and that's going to be the key to the game. Obviously, the running back, I forgot his name. He got banged up last game. They said he's a go, but yeah, you're just gonna have to see that same energy that they brought in the first half of, against Alabama, but you're gonna need to see it all game long because Michael Penix, as you said, is a different quarterback than Jalen Monroe, and they're gonna rely a lot on him today. So you're gonna have to make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, I wonder about that, like Washington's ability to sustain, hold up through the sustained pressure, because I think Michigan showed with Alabama. It paid dividends because you saw it. You saw timing disrupted. You saw it centers. And look, their center had been going through it before the Michigan game,
right,
but it didn't help. Like when you know where there's a blitz coming from somewhere, right. it showed. They showed characteristics of a team that was just not comfortable. You never got the feeling Alabama was comfortable that whole game. They got into a rhythm for a bit in that third quarter, running the football.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that they hung around so long with Michigan. I was like, Michigan.
Well, hung around. They were down 7 inside 5 minutes to go.
No, I'm like, dude, let's get some separation. If you don't, you allow Alabama to hang around like this. And I didn't. Alabama always had some type. When you watch them play, they had a play that was not characteristic of what they do. They
right.
The quarterback would get out of the pocket and run 30 yards, or he'd scramble, then he'd find somebody. So. Unscripted,
and because Lindsey, I heard like a lot of the monitoring of social media during the game, and you saw people were talking about it. They said this isn't the real Alabama.
No,
this isn't Nick Saban's real team. And Lindsey, the reason they were uncomfortable is because they were made uncomfortable by Michigan.
No, that was the real Nick Saban team. Now, I didn't like none of the play calling during that game for either team. Like both teams, I think play calls were really vanilla. There was, Michigan did a couple of things that threw Alabama off when they start motioning people, and Alabama got confused a couple of times, and they got scores off of those situations. They should have did a lot more of that, I thought. But I think it'll be different this game, and hopefully it's a good game. I know all my Michigan buddies. Tad Rose, he was all nervous during the Alabama game. As soon as Michigan took the lead, he flips on with his Michigan hat and shirt. I was like, Tad, come on, bro.
He did the Homer Simpson disappear into the bush and then come back out.
Came back out.
Yeah.
And my boy Brian is go blue. Brian, this is not no knock against you, but you do be acting like you're scared sometimes. Don't hold that against me. Let's do the tailgate for the Lions, okay?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Francis Garcia, Neal. If Michigan wins tonight, you have to wear khakis when you're next on the show. Now, I don't do khakis, bro. Yeah. I do have to wear the shirt though.
Yeah, that's fair.
You have to wear what shirt?
I said I would wear a Michigan shirt, in much the same vein that I would wear an Iowa shirt last year. I'll wear a Michigan shirt.
Yeah, and if they lose, I owe Neal his coffee, and I think someone else does too. I'm pretty sure you get 2 coffees.
I do, as a matter of fact.
What I owe you? $100?
Yes, you do.
I might as well go ahead and pay that.
Just give him a signed Celtics jersey instead. That's
dude. That was the worst bet ever.
You're looking back on that one, aren't you?
I'm not. More so, I'm just upset at the fact that, who thought the Pistons would be 3-33? Like, no one in the world would have guessed that they would be 3-33.
No, absolutely not.
To be fair, I thought our bet was going to be a lot closer.
That's what I thought.
At least,
I thought it was going to be borderline, oh, man, we're under 500, 3 games. Oh, we're back at 500. Yeah. I thought we'd be the Houston Rockets. That's where they are.
You know what's amazing? We start talking Michigan football, we have some audience fall off. That's what they're playing for the national championship, dude, and it seems like people don't care around here. In the grand scheme, you know what I'm saying? Like the way you should care about a football national title. Are you surprised by that a little bit, BMG?
Not really. Maybe it's a lot of Lions fans that were just kind of jumped on board to hear the Lions talk, and then it's whatever. I don't expect everyone to be a Michigan fan. But
all the people I know that are Michigan fans, it's a foregone conclusion that they've won already.
Well, it should be.
I wouldn't say that.
The people I know.
Lindsey, it's Washington.
That's my point.
It's Washington.
That's my point. They're like, It's Washington, buddy. We got this
Yeah.
in the bag. That's the guys I know.
Like, you mean to tell me that Washington is going to win a national title with a coach who was coaching in the Mountain West last year?
Hey, you love the Mountain West.
I do, but I'm realistic too. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I get it.
But if you do lose to a Mountain West coach,
they're not going to lose. But I think people just writing them off early, I don't like that. Michael Penix is still a great quarterback, and they still got a great offense. So you still got to go out there and show up on defense.
last time he faced Michigan, he beat them too with Indiana.
Uh-oh.
How long ago
Got
was that?
history.
And the COVID year. Now, I know it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah, he got, injured, I think, the game after that or something like that.
Yeah, because Indiana was going to win the Big Ten title.
That's tough. But, yeah, no, Michael Penix is a great quarterback for sure.
And then after, I think it was wasn't it after Michigan lost to Penix in Indiana? That was when they officially tapped out of the Ohio State game.
Is he better than Caleb Williams?
Penix?
I don't think so. And I don't think he'll be better than him in the NFL by any means.
Yeah, that's what they said about the two quarterbacks, one from Alabama, one from Ohio State. How's that working out?
All right, I have another angle to talk about this. WoodwardSports.com chat poll, Michigan fans, are you a little nervous for tonight? 56% of them say no. So I got it. It's in the neighborhood of 50-50. Let's just say it like that. Have you ever wanted to go to a bar where you're a regular? Well, we have just a place for you. It's Hamlin Pub, everybody. 7 Metro Detroit locations. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday or the game day special during all Michigan sports and NFL games. Tonight, Michigan sports, as a matter of fact. The game day specials will be in full effect at Hamlin Pub. Looking for a spot to go watch a game? Hamlin Pub. That is the play. Visit a location tonight, as a matter of fact. Go to hamlinpubs.com, where everyone's a regular.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 12th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Neal Ruhl here for Feldman Automotive. With 18 locations, you know there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience, and it's called the Feldman Advantage. We're up here doing the show from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, every other Monday. Look around. We got the Corvette right here behind us at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. Lindsey's going to test drive it later. See if he can work it into his Boston Celtics signing bonus. All of that, but we are here. It is Feldman Automotive, Michigan's best dealerships. Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, and, of course, JB Smoove in the house. JB Smoove, I like working with you, man.
I appreciate that.
They got the Go Blue going here around, but we are talking. And, guys, look, yes, we got to talk about this because, yes, it is a story. Because, yes, we talked about the fact the Washington Commanders plan to interview Ben Johnson. They plan to interview Aaron Glenn, Lions defensive coordinator. They also plan to interview Jim Harbaugh, the head coach of Michigan as well.
I don't think he's going to Washington, though. I think he's going somewhere. But not Washington.
Well, I mean, if you had to say, where is Jim Harbaugh the coach on Friday?
Depends on what the San Diego Chargers do. If their coach,
who's he coaching Friday? By Friday.
Well, he's going to be here. He's going to be there. I mean, I don't know though, man. He might be.
next Monday?
I think he's going to be a Charger. I think he's going to be coaching the Chargers, man.
WoodwardSports.com chat, pull it.
I think he's going to be coaching the Chargers.
Will Harbaugh be Michigan's coach on Friday?
No.
I thought that he would be.
No.
But this last week, Lindsey,
exactly,
has changed a lot.
He's hired a agent, NFL agent, Tom Brady's agent.
It's not even that. The Bryce Underwood thing. He was supposed to go to Michigan, BMG. He was supposed to go to Michigan. He pops up. He goes to LSU.
Uh-oh.
And again, you start putting together the little pieces. Every interview, what's he do? We've been through adversity, and we've been great doing it, and I have great players, and talk to this guy here, and he runs.
Yep.
He does a filibuster, and then he runs. And I'm telling you guys, and Lindsey, you've done this in your life at times. I know you have. You're a professional athlete. There's come a time where you've had to do this before.
What?
Where you've done the old, now I'm happy we got the win. I'll see everybody later. Because there was some stuff going on. Trade talk. You know what I'm saying? Lindsey, I like how you flashed the smile right there, and you're like, what? No, you never did that, though, right, Lindsey?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right. But Lindsey, it's a part of it, man.
It is.
It's a part of it.
It is.
And I'm curious to see where the people
Detroit supremacy says cheating isn't. Cheating isn't adversity.
No.
It is. It's hard to cheat like that and not get caught when you got your guy on the sideline with fake.
We have a different, like, adversity, I think, is like a family member gets cancer, right, or somebody gets sick, right, or your furnace breaks down, and that's adversity. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Now when you have 3 furnaces, you know what I'm saying? No, but my point is, like, adversity is not something. You're like, you went to jail for stealing a car. That's not adversity.
No.
You created that.
Adversity is soft hands Gentry on his deathbed because of a virus
that was adversity.
Invaded his body, and he's gasping for air every second, seeing the daylight flash right before his eyes. And now he's back. That's adversity.
WoodwardSports.com chat there. Give us your thoughts in there as well. Bronco 81, Chargers, but Harbaugh is a big family man, and being in D.C. would give his family the chance to be closer to him, him and his brother. Yeah, but it's still a train wreck organization.
Yeah, he's not going there.
Stephen Baffey, Harbaugh will be an NFL coach or not coaching next year. I don't see him as a college coach going forward. The Big Ten and the NCAA made sure of that. No, Steve, that's pretty much up to Harbaugh.
Right.
Like, that is, like, I'm with you guys on that, but then we go in directly different directions. When the NCAA made sure of that, like, this isn't adversity they're going – this was self-created. And, yes, they should still beat Washington, and, yes, they'll win a national title. And there's nothing you can say about that.
I just hope the game is exciting. I don't care who – I mean, I want Michigan to win, but I just want it to be exciting. I don't want to blow out. I don't want –
Wheezy D313, he won't be around for the Natty when the wins get vacated, though, that's for sure. But you know what, BMG? I met you guys halfway last week on this. And I will say this, that as far as that goes, it does not matter. If Michigan wins the game tonight, they are national champions. They can vacate the wins all they want. The NCAA can come back next year and say, oh, we're stripping it, we're taking away. But you know what? That never changed me seeing it last night. And it never changed them getting a trophy. And it never changed them in the grand scheme of things winning a national title. Just the same way I watched Reggie Bush get a Heisman. If Michigan wins tonight, there's no taint to it. It's there's nothing where you can look down on it or anything like that. They're national champions. They win tonight. They're national champions. I don't care what happens down the road.
And they beat I want to say it's like 4 top 10 teams since that whole scandal happened and the Connor Stallions shit like that. So all those excuses.
What were the 4 top 10 teams? Ohio State,
Penn State.
Don't count.
Or top 25 rather.
Yeah.
And then Alabama, and then I think Iowa was top 20.
Ah, come on, Iowa.
That's Neal's favorite, Iowa.
That's a big win. It's a big win to beat Iowa.
Yeah, and Penn State. Neal RIP'd them the other day. I shouldn't have brought them up.
Yeah, it's a big win.
But anyways, I agree with your point.
I think he's out of here. I think he's going to San Diego.
I do too. I hope he doesn't leave, but I do think he's going. I want him to stay, but I think he's gone.
I want him to do in the postgame tonight, to do the Wolf of Wall Street. They want me to leave my home? I'm not leaving. I think that would be pretty cool. iKing Horse says, current get-in prices for the wild card weekend. Listen to this. Philly, Tampa Bay, $171. Cheapest ticket in the house. Green Bay, Dallas, $188 for standing room, $336 for a seat. That's the cheapest seat. Miami, Kansas City, $192 get in. Cleveland, Houston, $253 get in price. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, $289 get in price. LA Rams, Detroit Lions, $601 get in price.
They went up because it was $500 for upper levels last night.
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
Going up every day,
Literally.
buddy.
To quote a part of the greatest single-season running back tandem in history, Joik Bell. But not good enough for Stafford to win with.
They were not the greatest in history.
It's not winning football, Joy.
Reggie Bush and Joik Bill became the first running back tandem in NFL history to both go over 500 rushing and receiving yards. Reggie Bush had 1,006 rushing yards and 506 receiving. Joik Bell had 650 rushing yards and 547 yards receiving. So, yes, by the fact that it was something that was never done before, it was great. Just like a haircut at Lady Jane's. That's great, too, JB Smoove.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register for your chance to win a trip of your dreams, all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Hey, it's wicked awesome.
Hey.
What?
Oh, yeah. Nothing. G-G-G-G-A. Oh, sorry, I forgot. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy. I think we need to get you a pick.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Jack Labrador, that's right. It's a fresh take on the old rock, paper, scissors game. Go to jacklabrador.gg or scan the QR code on your screen. That's right. It's not the same old rock, paper, scissors game. They've revolutionized that game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. We're never going to see the sun again until May, everybody. So go to jacklabrador.gg or scan the QR code on your screen, and you can give the nation's greatest new card game a try. They sold a ton of them during the holiday season, so give it a try. It is Jack Labrador. All right, final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Bleacher Report, and their NFL insider, Jordan Schultz, reporting there is mutual interest between the Las Vegas Raiders and Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh. And Lindsey, there's too many big-time dudes.
Yep.
The Schefters, Jordan Schultz with there's too many big-time dudes, Lindsey, talking about
it.
this.
Yeah. You know,
and there's too many teams involved.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. And if that many people have been getting the inside scoop on communications between Harbaugh and other
and the nonverbal suggestion.
Yes.
We have a great team. It's us against everybody. We've overcome a lot of adversity. Talk to Blake Corum. And then he runs off the side.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread LFG. Neal, I predict Harbaugh to the Chargers or Raiders in that order.
He gone.
I don't know, man. Like, you're never going to be in danger at Michigan, other than, wins being vacated and stuff like that. But who cares? No, but Lindsey, who cares?
I think he's in the heart of hearts. I think he's always been an NFL coach, and I think he loved that. Because I watched him in San Francisco. I was a big fan of him in San Francisco, and he was just a good NFL coach, man. And he got us to the Super Bowl, man.
Jake Wegener.
Twice.
Anyone talking about this and also stating that you can't predict decisions Jim's going to make. Jake, I know you probably don't want it to be that. But Jake.
Is that Jake from State Farm?
I don't know. But, it's Jake Wegener. But, Jake, this is Adam Schefter's and Jordan Schultz. This isn't, us sitting around here cooking this stuff up.
He gone, Jake. Sorry.
I don't know about that. I just don't know. I just don't know why you would want to leave. Colosia, Neal, Spanos ain't giving Harbaugh the money he wants, so we'll eliminate the Chargers off this mix, bro. Paul Thomas, I subscribe to the Neal Ruhl program of purchasing a home with 2 furnaces. I mean, we did have one go out, and I had to replace it.
Oh, man.
The downstairs one went out. So that's adversity. I looked adversity in the eye. Now talk to Lindsey Hunter. All right, I think that about does it from here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. We will be back in studio. Lindsey, appreciate you overcoming adversity on 696 and getting into the show. Yep. Thank you for that.
Fire everywhere. It was brimstone and fire. I drove through it. I got by it.
Through the depths of hell. Big Mike Gentry, good to have you back, brother, for real, man. Glad you're still with us, number one. Bro. Glad you're still with us, number one. JB Smoove, appreciate your efforts all the time also. So that will do it. We are live here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Peace.